Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Forest River Salem 26 DBUD travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you have plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. Over here on your off campsite, beside your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Leave room for that slide to come in and out. And then your power and water are all going to be on your rear corner, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, next thing you're going to do is level your unit. Power tongue jack here on the front. Comes with a night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply raise or lower the unit until you're level. Right there is a manual override for that hand crank should you lose power and you need to get this up and down. Once you've got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Now you don't have a hand crank in here, but previous owner did leave you a 3/4 inch socket for a driver. Put that in your drill gun, run that down, and in a matter of seconds these will be down. Now you do have safety bars on these, strong arms as they call them. You want to make sure that this is loose, that this little T cross there is loose before you run these down. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Going to better distribute the weight. Use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack of those and run these down just until they're taut. Now if you are using your drill gun, slow down when you get to the bottom. You don't want to lift this unit. You just want to bring these down until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. We are just going to stabilize it. So once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Again, your whole docking station is going to be on your off campsite rear corner. Power cord stores conveniently right inside your unit. Pull this out, big long 30 amp cord. The end of that 30 amp cord, should you need to plug into a 110, your convenience pack is a 30 to 15 amp adapter. Got your power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up to city water, hook up your hose. Still don't turn your hose on yet. We're going to come around the corner here to your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left it out last time you were out camping. Get that in there nice and snug. It's 1 1/8 inch. Put some plumber's tape on there, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and tight, and then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now if you need to deploy your slide to get to your water taps, go ahead and do so. I need you to get inside and open up your water taps until you got a nice steady flow of water going through them. Once them are all full of water, shut off the taps, and then you turn on your hot water heater indoors. There is an on-off electric element underneath here. Keep that off unless you're hooked up to 110. Otherwise, just turn this hot water heater on indoors. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come check to see if these reset valves are bubbled up. If they are, simply press it back in. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping. In that case, let's find you a fresh water tank. On your unit, your freshwater tanks could be over here on your campsite, just below your Salem emblem. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. 2 ways to tell when this is full. One, there's an overflow valve right there, or 2 on the inside where you check the tanks of your black and gray tanks. You'll also have a freshwater button. Once that is full, go ahead and remove that hose, put this cap back on here, and then when you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That is already pressurized. Alright, we're all hooked up with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the entire unit, starting here in the campsite front. You're prepped for solar. This will plug your solar panel in there and it'll trickle charge your batteries. There's your hitch work. If there's a manual hand crank for your and there's a little handle to help you pull your fresh water drain. Coming on the front, your propane does have a cover. Comes on a regulator. Simply point it lefty loosey to open. You have a battery disconnect up here. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come in important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Check your battery posts now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road.
Hey Mike, Anderson.
Got your pass-through storage over here. Your slide to add to the longevity of the life of these wiper seals. They have a spray that you can spray on these. It keeps them pliable and flexible. You want to get some of that and spray on there. So just about everything you need on your off campsite is over here. There's where you dump your black and gray tanks. There's our power, cable, satellite, fresh water, black tank flush, which we'll talk about when we dump our black gray tanks. Again, your hot water heater, your spare tire, your prep for a backup camera device you can purchase. That's on the dash of your tow vehicle. Put another piece on here and that gives you a backup camera for the unit. Your awning has a pitch adjust. Picnic table's down there. It's raining. Pull down on that. That's going to send all your rainwater this way. You can do that from either end. Your separate entry over here for your bathroom. Keep everyone from walking through your entire unit. There's a vent for your microwave. A couple of outdoor speakers. Again, your fresh water. A couple of 110s here. It's a flue for your furnace. 2 things on that. Make sure it's never blocked. And if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. This is for a spray port hose. Hose can quick connect there. Just spray water. And your little outdoor kitchen here. They flop down. Pull out your griddle here. Back here, you'll have a quick connect. And your other quick connect is right here. You don't need a long cord for that or hose. Electric Everchill fridge. Make sure you lock these for travel. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. These solid steps, whether opening or closing this, the biggest thing to remember is to make sure this door is all the way open. Otherwise, these pieces here can catch on it coming in. First thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Right up here in the hall, immediately to your left, is where you see your brand new battery. This is the freshwater button I said to hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Your freshwater tank, black and gray tanks. Down here is where you turn on your water pump, fusing potable water, water heater, lighting, interior and exterior, your slide control and awning control. Your awning. You want to be careful when you run that out. You only want to run it out until you can see your bar. Your flap would normally fall down. It's a little wet right now. But keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. They will run themselves out past that point and start to run themselves in backwards. Run that in. And so you got a couple of 110s here. Our awning lights. On in, we'll continue the tour. Now these are called a slam lock because they work best when you slam them a little bit. Big closet here. You're prepped for a TV. Just want to make sure you know that when you get a TV in here, before you run your digital channel scans, make sure that that button's pushed in. That'll help you pick up more channels. Down below that, your sound system. Not going to pick up much in this metal building, but I will show you are dual zoned. Turn it up a little bit. Indoors. Or outdoors. And below that, your fireplace. Well, let me continue with the modes, I'm sorry. Auxiliary in, TV sound you can get through this, DVD player, Bluetooth compatible, and your radio again. Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. Turn that thermostat up, get it up on high, and it's already warm. If it's chilly in the morning or evenings, you're plugged in at a campsite, instead of using your gas, plug this baby on, and that'll get it toasty in here in no time. Coming into your bedroom back here real quick, I just want to make sure you remember to snap this door open. Make sure it's in the pocket and open for travel. You have a little bit of storage under your bed, access to the outdoor storage, prep for a TV in here as well, cable in 110. Continuing out back into the living room, you do have a drawer, access area there, or a jackknife sofa. Lift this up, remove the legs, set this wood on these lips here, put your extra cushions on top, and give you a whole nother sleeping quarters. Back here in your bunk areas, you have your individual lighting here, USB ports, storage. On the wall here, your thermostat, AC, heat, and off. Down below on the floor, your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out boondocking, dry camping somewhere, and you're not plugged in, nothing charging your batteries, use that battery disconnect up front if you're going to be gone for the day to keep this running your battery down. Over to your fridge here, you ever chill? You have this safety latch here for travel. Settings are in there. Down below your fridge, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s, a 3, a 40, a 30, quite a variety actually. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Coming over your self-explanatory microwave. Cooktop has a light, a fan, and this glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Just fold it up like so. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to high. Hit your spark. There's your flame. On all of them, same way. On your oven, turn it to your flame. Spark it here. No pilot light. Then just turn it to the desired temperature. Oven there. Heat exhaust there. And that just about covers everything in here. So let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. You have smoke alarm here. Your extra door. You do have 110 with GFCI reset back here in the bathroom. But you do want to make sure that you have this door locked for travel. This is pretty secure, doesn't matter which way it goes. Make sure your vents are closed for travel. So the first thing I like to do is to go over to my control panel and shut off my interior lights, because then I can see all the individual lights that I need to walk through and shut off. Let me do that real quick. I've walked through the unit, shut off all the lighting, turn this one above me on real quick. Doors and drawers, that's how I like to say it. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Everything you want to not move during travel, we have secured down. Come to our control panel and hit slide in. I've turned on them accent lights above the slide just for this demo here. Again, make sure that bedroom door is snapped to the open position. Wanted you to hear that noise. That noise is not your slide mechanism grinding on anything. That is the slide mechanism saying, I'm in all the way, you don't have to bring me in any further. Shut off our interior lights. Sworn off by hand and exit the unit. Again, closing or bringing down these steps, make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Lift this up, set it inside, turn that. Lock and deadbolt your door, lift and turn your handle. Now you may not want to lock it until after you leave the dump station, but after you are done at the dump station, make sure you have that all ready to go. If we are out boondocking, we're going to get up underneath here, our tire here in the front, and we're going to open up our fresh water drain. Everywhere else, we're going to unhook our cable, our water, and our power. We're going to hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is at the very rear of the unit, in between your tires and your bumper on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. You got a 10-foot hose. Park accordingly, hook that up, and pull your black handle. And while that black handle is draining, we're going to go ahead and come around here where it says low point drain on our campsite and open up those. We're going to drain all of our low point drains while we're sitting there dumping our sewer. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check your panel if you need to. If it is done, leave that black handle open. Hook up your hose to this tank flush and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash out your black tank, get all that nastiness out of there. When that's done, remove that hose, make sure all that washout that you put in there is done draining. Then pull this front gray tank after you've closed your black, of course. When that gray tank is done, leave that handle open and pull that back handle. That's going to allow your second gray tank to dump. Now your low point drain should be done on the other side. We're going to come to our hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. It's going to dump the remainder of our hot water out of there. When that's done, then you can remove this drain plug. Don't remove this without pressure relieving first. Be careful, that will be hot water coming out of there. Second gray tank's done. Unhook, take your hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Salem for many years to come. Happy camping.